everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Rehana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be doing a very quick video on my take of a fruit salsa, and you can add and remove what you don't like. So let's get started. Very minimal ingredients. I really wanted kiwi, but I went to get kiwi and they were out of it, so I don't have kiwi for this recipe. But if you're making it and you want to add kiwi and pomegranates, that would be great. I have here about a cup of cucumbers, and I'm using the baby cucumbers. I love these baby cucumbers because they don't have a whole lot of seeds in there, so that's just perfect. So it doesn't make the salsa really watery. I have about 2 cups of fresh strawberries cubed. I have 1 large mango cubed, and then I have about 1 tablespoon and a half of fresh mint, about 3 tablespoons of cilantro. Okay, and then I have here a Mayer lemon. So if you have never heard of Mayer lemons, they're absolutely wonderful. They're used more in sweet dishes, and they're just really wonderful to use in sweet dishes like lemon pie, stuff like that. And then here what I did was I took some tortillas. These are the jalapeno flavored tortillas, and these are the plain tortillas. And what I did was I just thought it would be fun to take my cookie cutters and cut them up in like whatever you want. I had some heart shapes, some round shapes, some flower shapes. So I just went ahead and did that. Popped them in the oven at about 250 degrees for about 15 minutes. Took them out, and they were kind of soft in the beginning, but once I took them out, they got pretty crunchy. So I did those, and I think I got covered everything except for what we're going to be seasoning it with. We're going to be adding honey, and we're going to be adding cayenne, salt, lemon juice, and lemon zest. So really simple. Let's go ahead and add all our ingredients in here. So the cucumber goes in, strawberries. This is just to get your imagination going. Mango. I'd love to hear comments of what you guys did with yours. Mint, parsley, and I love using fresh ingredients like the fresh mint and fresh parsley for this. And I'm just gonna leave a little of the leaves out for garnishing. Okay, give this a mix. Now you could add onions in here, but my kids don't really like raw onions. I mean, they don't mind cooked onions, but they don't like raw onions. So I decided to not add any in here, but if you wanted to, you could add spring onions or regular sweet Vidalia or purple onions if you like. So in here, I'm going to go ahead and zest the lemon, the Mayer lemon. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. And this is just gonna take it to another dimension. It's gonna give it that perk me up. It's just gonna wake up all your taste buds. You don't want to use the white because it's gonna get bitter. And I'm gonna throw the whole lemon in there just because we like ours tangy. So, and it's got a whole lot of lemon juice in there. Don't throw these away. You can put them in your garbage disposal. That way you're gonna have a natural deodorizer in your garbage disposal. Or you could take some orange rinds and this, put it on your stove with a little bit of water, cinnamon, cloves, and let it do a natural potpourri in your house. Okay. Look at the colors, it just looks amazing. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of honey. Now, I'm not gonna measure this, I'm just gonna eyeball it. And then I'm also going to be doing a taste test. That way I'm gonna know if I needed to add anything else or in there. Now, I'm gonna be very careful with the amount of cayenne in here. I don't wanna make it very spicy. I'm also going to go and sprinkle it with a little bit of salt. Just a pinch. Okay. This is a great appetizer or finger food that you could do for, you know, a party or get together. Something so simple and quick to throw together. And you want this to marinate for just about 20 minutes so that all those flavors marry each other, and it's just going to get more flavorful as this sits. So I can taste the sweetness and I can taste a little bit of the cayenne, but I'm not tasting the salt, and I want it to be, you know, anything sweet, you add salt in it, it just gives it a new dimension. It just really, really tastes good. So, do one more taste test. It's getting there. It's getting there. It tastes really, really good. And I think if I just let it marinate, it's going to get really, the flavors are just going to come together. And if you really want it spicy, you could go ahead and add a jalapeno or serrano peppers in here fresh. And I'm telling you, that's really going to wake up your guests. So this is how I'm going to serve mine. I'm going to put it in a see-through glass, like so. Okay, I'm going to top it off with, take this off. And then I'm going to take my jalapeno flavored tortilla and put it on top. And for the taste test, I'm going to super delicious. Super delicious. If you want a dessert, or if you want something that's going to be a very low carb, of course without the tortillas, this is absolutely tasty and wonderful. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Rihanna's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends. Everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Rihanna's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making a quick video, and I actually made these pastries. They're called, we've named them, I've got a couple of people that helped me with the name. It's called crisscross pastries, and we're going to be crossing them. I'm going to show you, this is how they're going to look. Basically it's going to be crisscrossed, and I'm going to be filling it with my favorite potato filling, potato, peas, and carrots. I have a video of this. I will put a link up there for you guys to see. So it's just going to be a how-to video to give you some pointers on how to deal with pastries. And so a couple of things. The pastry that I'm using here is this kind of pastry. But I know in the past I bought different kind of pastries. It doesn't have to be this particular brand. I'm just showing you what I have and what I'm using right now. They're about 5 by 5, and that's what you want to do. So if you're using any other pastry, you want to make sure you cut it 5 by 5. And what I usually do with this kind of pastry is I kind of roll it out just a little bit because they puff a lot in the oven. So I just roll it out where they're about 6 by 6, so I can put the filling in and it makes a nice size square. So I'm just gonna roll it up just like that. Another thing you want to be very, very careful with pastry is it's very warm today here, so you want to make sure that if you're gonna thaw them, I usually thaw them outside for a little while. As soon as they get just a little soft, I stick them back in the refrigerator. So that way, if you can't work with the pastry, it's going to be really hard to do this method. So you have this 5 by 5 square, and or 6 by 6, and you just want to make sure that you kind of eyeball it. So you're just eyeballing it, okay? So now think of it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting my filling here on the right. So if the filling goes on the right, what you want to do is you want to make slits just like this, and it doesn't have to be a certain number, whatever, as many as you can get, okay? And then we come back over here, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to make a couple slits. And again, they don't have to be perfect because nobody's going to be seeing the inside of it. Now, when you see that, you're going to see that I can tell that this box just needs to be just a little bit bigger for the filling. So I'm just going to, so you'll have to play around with it. I'm just giving you a basic idea here. And you want to take your filling. If you're using ground beef, that's fine. You can even use apple. I think they would make an amazing apple pastry, crisscross pastries. They would just be very, would look very, very good, and you can serve it with ice cream. All right, so see how we have that? Now we're gonna take that flap that we really didn't do anything with. You wanna put that right above it. This is where the important thing comes in, because this is where you wanna make sure that you get the pastry, and you wanna cover this little, like a little parcel. You just wanna make sure that it's covered and it's pinched really well, so none of the filling will come out. So see how I just got that done? Now we're just gonna take one piece, and we're gonna come down like this. Then we're gonna take another piece, and we're gonna go like this. And it can be either way. You're just gonna come up with a little different design of the weave, which is perfect because then you know that it's homemade. But that's how basically you're gonna finish off the pastry, by going back and forth. And when I finish, you're gonna see we're gonna have, now I one broke, which is perfectly fine. You just stick it back on. No big deal. And that's because it's warm here, and the pastry will melt on you, because the main ingredient in pastries is butter. So all right, so did you see that? Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that it, just want to take a little fork and just make a little bit of indentations, just to make sure that it's going to not take the filling out. And you can see here, you can see how the weaves have come out. You can even move the weave a little bit back and forth to get the design that you want. So basically that's it. And this is gonna go in a 400-degree oven until they're really nice and golden brown. The other tip I also want to tell you is you want to use 1.5 egg, meaning 2 yolks and 1 egg white. The reason for that is you're gonna get a really nice, deep, rich color. So I'm gonna stick these in the oven. When we come back, I'm gonna quickly show you how the end product looks like. So we're back here. It took about 35-40 minutes in the oven. And one thing you want to make sure that, I don't know if my oven runs low, but I had to move the temperature up to 425. And I've noticed every time I do pastries, temperature has to be up high. Otherwise, you're going to have all the butter that's going to melt out of it if your temperature is low. And if that's ever happened to you, then you know that next time, just bring up the temperature of the oven. Now, I'm going to show you here and how beautiful these look. They just look like crisscross buns here, or crisscross pastries. These ones here, I just took some parsley and some chili powder. You want to put paprika on there. I'm out of paprika, but I just did it with that, or you could just leave them plain.